This is Supermonaman's chance reaction to Arcane's Apparel. No, really. By Giga. And this is just a clamp works on this shit. Oh god, so many huge shit. This is ridiculous. I never saw the why? A little animal. Anyway. That's some talking bullshit. I think I guess you put there. I want to be listening to time play Vanguard on this. So let's just start in 3, 2, 1.
This episode is sponsored by Cardfight Vanguard Overdress. Cardfight Vanguard Overdress is a new anime animated by Kinema Citrus with original character designs by Clamp that is airing right now. It follows the story of 15-year-old Yu Yu Kondo, a shy young boy who discovers the trading card game Cardfight Vanguard for the first time through a chance encounter with Megami Okuda. There he finds out about Team Blackout, a group of players where he's invited to join. And so starts Yu Yu Kondo's journey into Cardfight Vanguard, where he learns how to play the game, overcome his insecurities, and take on other skilled players in the game. This is a new anime, perfect for any card game fans looking for a new show, and, well, also, if you already maybe play Cardfight Vanguard, actually, I don't think you're interested. If this sounds like the anime for you, the second season is out right now. Episodes are available in Japanese with English subtitles on the official Cardfight Vanguard YouTube channel, with an English dub coming soon. That's right, you can watch the anime for free on the official Cardfight Vanguard YouTube channel, as well as on other platforms. So, click the link in the description if you want to start watching today. Thank you to Cardfight Vanguard Overdress, and with that said, on with the video. Want to hear a joke? League of Legends is good. Actually, I kind of mean it. For as long as I can remember, League of Legends has been the punching bag of the gaming community and beyond. Other gamers would make fun of League players, anime fans would make fun of League players, my technologically illiterate grandma would make fun of League players, League players would make fun of League players. League of Legends was, and still is, the butt of every cheap joke because, well, imagine actually being a fucking League of Legends player. There's no League of Legends player. However, as that fucking League of Legends player myself, there's always been one thing I could wholeheartedly say was so cool about the game. Pretty much everything that didn't have to do with playing the game. In the past, I've made it pretty clear that I'm a pretty big fan of the esports scene, but another thing that always went hard were the goddamn cinematics. I still get chills watching some of these, man. From the direction, to the music, to the cinematography, League cinematics were so good they almost make the game look playable. For the longest time, a lot of us have even made jokes that, right, should just go ahead and make their own anime. I mean, it's so anime that even Hiroyuki Sawano has done a soundtrack for them already. You see these cinematics and you're like, Jesus, this is giving me goosebumps. And then you see KDA and you're like, damn, this is catchy as hell. And then you watch the esports and you're like, oh my god, this is the hypest game ever. And then you play the game and it's like, are you goddamn fucking kidding me? Oh yeah.
Oh Jesus.
Everything outside of the game would push me to play it, and then everything in the game would push me to not. At this point, I don't even play League, I just enjoy consuming League content. So when Riot Games finally announced that they were making a League TV series, I was excited. Finally, something else to keep me occupied with League without actually having to play it. All I wanted was some cool cinematic fan service for some of my favourite characters, maybe some cool action scenes here and there, to turn my brain off for some simple popcorn fun. What I didn't expect was one of the best things I've watched all year. Arcane may just redefine what video game adaptations can be, and so far, I've only seen a few people outside of the gaming community talk about it, when I feel this is something that everyone should be talking about. So I'm going to take that step. I realise this is a bit out of my comfort zone, and a lot of people are like, but Yuck, this is an anime, you're not allowed to talk about it. Oh yeah? Well, what if I watched it on Japanese Netflix, in Japan, like this? You're just watching animation that comes from Japan. I'm in Japan, and watching animation. We are not the same. So, first things first, you do not need to know a single thing about League of Legends to enjoy Arcane. I repeat, you don't need to know fuck all about League to enjoy this show. The problem with so many video game adaptations is that the creators come in with the attitude of, yeah, we already know you know this guy and this guy, you're just here to see them do the thing. And if you know the game, you're like, oh, they did the thing! It's the thing! And if you don't know the game, you're like, who the fuck are any of these people? Arcane from the get-go doesn't assume you know anything about League or its world. Because you'll care about these characters because we're gonna make you care about these characters, not because these are champions in a game. Oh, and sometimes you'll also see them do the thing. It's the thing! Welcome to Piltover, a glorious city celebrating progress and innovation, fueled by the genius minds who push the boundaries of science, arts, and craftsmanship. This is a place anyone would want to live in. It's a steampunk paradise with mechanical blimps, hoverboards, and magical gates. However, sitting just below is the Undercity, the dark, gritty netherworld where gangs rule the streets. Substance abuse is out of control, and its inhabitants are on a daily fight for survival, overlooked and ignored by those prospering above. I love a series where it feels like the world it's taking place in has existed far before the series starts and will continue to exist far after the story is finished. And this is what I immediately felt as soon as the opening shots revealed just where the story was about to take place. Arcane drops you in this completely new world and instantly starts the gears turning. You sense this attention to detail that makes it truly feel like you've been transported into a living, breathing world. You feel the fresh sunlight brush against your skin, basking over Piltover streets. You smell the stench of fresh garbage walking down the alleyways of the Undercity. Both sides have their own rules, their own culture, their own inhabitants. This is a rich world that the story's not just told in, it's lived in. These aren't places built to service the characters we're about to follow. These character stories are the results of this world's foundation.
That's a good
storylines surrounding the people living in this city. A sister duo fighting to survive in the rough life of the Undercity. An ambitious young scientist bent on making the world a better place at any cost. A divided city on the verge of war against itself. When people try to sell you a show, they normally try to boil it down to a sentence elevator pitch or one gripping plot hook. But I can't really do that with Arcane, because it's not really a show that hooks you. It's one that immerses you. You have these different characters doing their own thing in the world. Individual storyline and plot threads that occasionally pass, converge, and eventually crash into each other. I really hate using this comparison, but if I dumb down the structure, it's kind of like what Game of Thrones did. Alright, there. That's the thing. What we have here is a character-driven conflict set in the backdrop of a world full of different elements. It's not a story that's new or revolutionary, but it doesn't need to be, but it does what it does so well. One thing I never really thought about when it came to adapting a video game is that I always thought that having a roster as wide and varied as League's one was would make it harder to focus on the people that mattered and create interesting characters that we could actually care about and take seriously if you weren't already a fan of the game. Turns out, you can turn that into a strength. When it comes to video game rosters, one of the big challenges is being able to design unique characters that can be easily distinguished from each other, which we've seen to varying degrees of success. I mean, just look at Dragon Ball FighterZ. Half this roster, I swear to God, is just a fucking ghost. One thing that can actually complement League on is that despite having over 150 champions, Riot has done an excellent job in designing distinct characters that not only look different, but play and feel thematically unique. most of the time. Now, in the video game, what this means is that you have a bunch of wacky, larger-than-life champions that are all actually very distinct in their characterization and personality. This is actually the perfect recipe to have an array of very interesting characters in character-driven drama. Like in-game, we've got someone like Jinx, just your basic Teehee XD. I'm not like other girls whose basic characterization boils down to discount Harley Quinn with a Gatling gun. Arcane took this basic concept and showed us an innocent girl who just wanted to be loved. Someone who wanted to help, to be accepted, but couldn't help but cursing everything she touches, to the point where everyone she ever loves eventually dies or abandons her. The more she tries, the more she jinxes her own life and everyone around her, and the further she slips away from the
straight up, I heard the truth thinking just fucking player makes it toxic as fuck.
Just wanted to be loved is
it sucks considering it makes so much
just
content.
one of the champions we find out the backstory of. I'm not saying Riot's done a bad job at characterization in their games, there's just only so much you can do with a few voice lines and a wacky design. So what I find so impressive about Arcane is how it's able to take these champions with wacky, larger-than-life elements and turn them into very human characters with compelling backstories. There are a lot of video games out there that we don't realize have extremely cliche stories or characters because they're just there for the gameplay, and hey, if their design looks cool, who the hell gives a crap? I mean, I didn't give a shit about League lore, did you give a shit about League lore? Arcane goes that extra mile
kinda
to
did.
humanize its cast.
Kinda.
They're no longer archetypes. These feel like real people. I think in the game and a non-champion character in the series. The same care and attention was put into every single person in the show. So much so that I begin to question some of these characters were actually going to turn into champions. Because some of them have equally interesting stories, and Riot, how are you going to make me invested in all these people when I can't even play them or spend money on their skins? There never felt like there was a pressure to give more attention to X person or Y person because they were a champion in the game. And this really nailed down the fact that all these champions just started off as normal people. They aren't special or compelling because they're playable characters in a video game. They're compelling characters because they are compelling characters. Which is why I feel like people who have zero knowledge about League might even enjoy this more, because they can just appreciate the characters for what they are, instead of subconsciously trying to figure out who is who or who is going to turn into who. Alright, what's next? Oh yeah, it looks fucking great.
It does.
A big reason into why I got enticed by anime is that I got bored of the animation industry shifting towards the same Pixar-esque 3D animation, but that doesn't mean I can't appreciate when something like Into the Spider-Verse comes along, and I feel like Arcane has done just that for a TV animated series. This shit is movie-level quality and beyond, whether it just be during a normal scene or one of the kick-ass action scenes. I might not have expected the amazing story, but Riot has already proved that they can do amazing action-packed cinematics, but even with that high bar, Arcane took it even further. I actually think it should be illegal for anything League-related to go this fucking hard. Combined with some of the fantastic music, I'm pretty sure anyone with a nut allergy within a 3-mile radius of me was in danger of going into anaphylactic shock when they nutted so hard. Everything about this production seems like it was given so much care and attention, but by far the most exciting thing about all this is that this could just be the start. Arcane takes place in one tiny corner of League, one little piece in its world. Looking at the different regions, you have characters that come from a snow kingdom, a pirate haven, a kingdom of Egyptian gods, you've got ninjas and samurais, and even a Lovecraftian horror dimension. I'm a sucker for fictional worlds that can successfully combine different fantastical elements into a coherent universe. And the biggest thing that Arcane has made me realize is that League has a pretty fucking interesting universe. Piltover was already an incredibly interesting place, and we've already foreshadowed the region of Noxus, but combined with the other regions we know out there exist, there are so many possibilities for stories in completely unique settings with distinct characters, and on top of all of that, there's the possibility for all these different worlds to collide with each other. It's one of the few places where a cinematic universe wouldn't just feel like a tacked on element, because the cinematic universe is basically what Summoner's Rift is right now. Arcane is, I think, not only the best video game adaptation of all
It
time,
actually
but has
is.
the
It's
potential
straight
to grow
up
into one of the
is.
most exciting
Like
fictional
literally, John
franchises of the modern day. Right?
all
Easily
these
could
other
have settled
games,
for making a quick cash grab and
adaptations
giving
failed
us cheap
because
fan
they
service,
fucking
but
suck.
what they've made here
And
is
they
an
don't pay
absolute
attention to
masterclass.
they
It's
don't,
hard enough to
they
write a
don't
series
care
with a
about
single
writing
interesting
good,
story for a
doing
single
character
interesting
writing,
character, but Arcane manages to do
care
that
more about
for
having
multiple
the video game
characters and manages to balance all these people without feeling like anyone was getting too much individual attention while weaving all their individual stories into a
which is
compelling,
just straight up
overarching
just
narrative. It's not fast and it's not slow. All 9 episodes feel perfectly
I
paced with twists and turns right until the end because holy fuck. There are only a few times when I finish a show and it leaves me speechless, but that's exactly what happened when the credits rolled when this season ended. Arcane may just do something I thought
you
could
fucking
never
shit
happen.
up, you're
Make
fucked.
League of Legends respected. What Riot have done here is nothing short of incredible, and it deserves to be enjoyed by League fans, gaming fans, anime fans, or just fans of good shit.
And it's such that they're playing great,
wait to see
they're playing
what
great few
comes
League
next.
fans.
You know what?
Such that they're so
Maybe League of
toxic,
Legends wasn't so bad.
toxic fucking people. Just toxic fucking people.
Alright, League sucks again. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed
Jesus,
that video. Thank
get
you very much
fucked,
to Alpha Sigma, Basil, Dysfunctional Degenerates, Elephal, Ivy,
Oh, nice.
Nevados, Manaplan,
Get
Team
fucked,
Hatchet, Tony Stark,
League.
Walter, and everyone else on my Patreon for helping to make this video possible.
That's how we're
Okay
actually
guys,
way
I
more.
swear, I still watch anime. I swear to God. I know it's been a while since I've made like purely anime content on a single show, but I swear to God, I'm still watching anime, alright? There is definitely going to be an end-of-year video covering all the anime that I've watched. That's why I haven't made so many videos on this single issue.
I'm pretty sure
And I've got to do my top 10 or top 20 or whatever I'm going to do for the end-of-the-year video. So keep an eye out for that because it is December and that's the kind of video that I work on in that month. Anyway though, that's it from me. No further updates today.
Yeah, I'm not
I'll
sure.
see you all next time.
You do need to tell them you mentioned it was just at the end. I was like, what are they gonna do with this? Also, like, Arcane is amazing. You see, this is where all the other video games failed. They didn't try to write good stories or characters. They just kind of rely on the fact that the video game existed and it was popular and people liked it. Instead of actually trying to make a story. They're kind of like, meh. I kind of like didn't give a shit. They're trying to go at least. They kind of, most of the other ones just kind of don't give a shit, unfortunately. I guess a big problem here, yes, it's like a long time to make them just don't give a shit about the properties they're adapting. They don't care enough about it. It's just a drama in terms of money for them. It's not, they don't put care or passion into it really. They don't. It's possible it could be a guess. It's just unfortunately almost everything wasn't bad because the people behind it didn't put, people who were actually involved in making the movie parts didn't put passion into the goddamn things they were making. You ever have Arcane or Arcane? I'm definitely what it's saying. So it's like, clearly, clearly, there's passion behind this. And that's what made it work. Because they weren't just trying to make it, they weren't just relying on the fact that people notice characters. They wanted to have this use everyone took love. And that's the best part of it. Like, that's the best part of Russians. You know, Lee's is that good. Mouse to the circle.
That's the color I have on now.
Anyway, guys, again, the reaction portion here. See you. Whatever you guys do. At the end of the video, I would just like to thank my current subscribers on YouTube and my Patreon. And my patrons on Patreon. If you enjoyed the video, please like or comment on my video if you would like to. And if you enjoy the channel, please support me and subscribe. You can find the links to my Patreon and Twitter, as well as links to reactions and videos in the description down below. If you want to support me on Patreon, please do. There are many rewards you can get, and I appreciate it. And like my favorite anime reviewer would say, sayonara, bye bye.